It was created in 2012. The pieces began to be put together in 2015. Thoughts turned into ideas. Ideas turned into actions. Actions turned into outcomes.
bcraynedti.
Outcomes turned into lessons. Lessons turned into knowledge. And now knowledge will turn into success. This is how we have evolved to this point. But this isn't about us.
I was about to go do a workout with Craig Marcus. It's a TI crew today.
This series is about you. The most important question we want to ask you is, what is your it?
We here at South Beach finally. Walking the shoreline.
What is your dream? What is the process you are trusting to get what you want? We want to hear what has motivated you to get to this point.
That's what Dream Impossible is to me. To me, Marcus Samuels, focusing on your goal that you have, that you're trying to get to.
What still motivates you to keep going? Dream the impossible. Make what you thought was impossible into a reality. But in order to do that, you must do the most 3 important things it takes to get your it. Dream it.
Trust it.
Live it.
Welcome back to the DTI Athletics YouTube channel. And I know it's been 2 years since we've posted on the channel, since about July of 2019. But there has been plenty that has been going on the past couple years, and there's plenty of reasons for that. So first of all, the first reason would be that I had went back to school during that time period to finish out college. So I did graduate in December of 2020. So now that I'm in my career job, because I'm a teacher now, I have a full steady schedule, so I know how I can work on DTI Athletics around of that work schedule. And Marcus has also graduated from school not long before the last YouTube video was created. So he also has been going through a rotation of his job, so now he knows what his work schedule is. And Dante had also went back to school, so now we're very much organized and being able to figure out how we can do all of this to make it work together. Also, we have invested a lot of money in the past couple of years. So before we were it was kind of getting old on coming out with content and products, and we weren't just fully satisfied with the content that we were giving you guys, whether it would be the quality of the video, the quality of the products, and so on. So what we did was, over the past couple years, we kind of took some time off, and we were investing into a lot of equipment, such as podcast equipment. We invested into a new camera, so we're filming YouTube videos with a new camera. Not what I have right now, but in the rest of this video, when Marcus takes over recording, he will be using that camera, so you'll see the difference in the quality, definitely. And the podcast equipment, we started a podcast channel as well. I will be putting the podcast in a playlist on YouTube as well, but you can find the podcast, most likely it will be on Spotify and Apple Music both. So other than that, there has been plenty going on. So now that we're fully ready and back invested 100% into everything that we're doing, we're going to go ahead and produce everything consistently as possible. So if you guys are following us on Instagram and TikTok, those have been posted every single day. So go ahead and do that. There'll be the link in the description for all of our other social media. But that's not what this series is about, specifically the It Factor series. I don't want to take too much of this video. I don't want to lose your guys' interest in the video. So what the It Factor series is, the people that we have in our guests on this video, they have a story. And to do with the slogan, the dream it, trust it, live it, they have something that they're dreaming. We want to know what their goal is. What is your dream? What is the process that you're trusting to achieve that goal or that dream. And then in the end, what is it that you want to live out? What is it that that end goal is that you want to reach? So I'm going to head over to Victory Gym, and I'm sure most of you guys, if you're returning viewers, you know what Victory Gym is, because most of the gym scenes that we've taken in the YouTube series before were from Victory Gym. So I'm going to head to Victory Gym right now. I'm going to meet up with our guest, Moriah. You guys will find out everything about her when we get there, and Marcus will be waiting for me there to record. So let's go meet him. Yeah, so I hear you compete, so tell me a little bit about that. Because I've seen you in here plenty of times. We've kind of just like said, hey, what's up kind of thing, but I didn't really know who you were. I don't think you really know who I was unless you knew me as Dante's friend, I'm sure. But yeah, he said you'd be a good guest on the first episode of the It Factor series, which I don't know if you've heard any background about that, but I can explain that to you as well. And just what's your background? What made you, like, from when you were younger, come up into get into exercise and then competing, especially because I see your shoulders and your delts there and your traps. Yeah. Like, it seems like you're one of your favorite things there.
Yeah, definitely. We've been like building for a while. So I guess way back in the beginning. Is it like
figure competing? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I compete in figure.
Okay.
So they go by height. So I'm like in class A, I believe. I think I'm like the tallest of class A. But yeah, so I'm doing figure. I'm 8 weeks out from my show right now. I'm all natural. Like, I don't do anything. I don't think I will, but it'll be a tough competition because I'm doing I'm doing NPC competition, so the competition will be tough, but we'll see how it goes. I'm excited for it. Like, I think it'll go well. But I started lifting when I was 14 or 15. I was a sophomore in high school.
15 or 16, I'm about the same.
Yeah, so I wanted to play softball in college because that was like my sport. And I was like, okay, if I want to play college ball, I have to be strong, right? So I was like going to the gym every single day. I would go to school, go to practice because I played other sports too. And then,
this is during college you're talking about, right?
No,
or
this is during high school.
Okay, because you said 15, so high school.
Yeah, this is during high school.
Where'd you go to high school at?
Groseal High School.
Oh, no.
I know, already.
No, Riverview.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Dante, Marcus, all
Riverview.
Riverview,
there, but yeah, so I would go to school, go to practice, go to the gym, do homework, and like that's pretty much all I did because I wanted to play college ball. So at that point, it wasn't really
that's good though because you
bodybuilding.
focused on you knew what your future was going to be. That's what you wanted to be your future. You gave it your all for that. Okay.
So I was like the nerd jock. Like,
was there many girls at Groseal though that were like in the weight room? Did you go to the weight room in the school?
No, I went to the Flat Rock Community Center. I made my dad take me like every day to the Flat Rock Community Center. But yeah, so I started lifting for that, and then that's right when social media kind of got big, so I started following some bodybuilders, like the only...
What year did you graduate?
2015.
Okay, yeah, so I was 2012, so that makes sense, because I was a senior maybe right after I graduated when Instagram started just becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Like, nobody was really on it, but it was starting to become a thing.
Not at all. So I just got an Instagram, and then I followed the bodybuilder. I don't even know who it was first, but some fitness, whatever that was out there. A girl. I don't remember her name. I don't even follow her anymore. But
Dana Lynn Bailey?
No, I didn't even discover Dana Lynn Bailey until like 2 years ago, and I love her.
Yeah,
like that
cool.
is my
she's very transparent,
goal.
Real with everything.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
She's all sweet. Even though she's won Olympia and all
that.
Right.
Yeah, I love her. Like, she's somebody that I would aspire to be one day. Just like living life the way you're supposed to, like being good, because doing good is still good. But
what about her style of living though? Do you like the country aspects?
Oh my gosh, if I could live in like the middle of nowhere.
Oh really?
Oh, I'd be like close enough to a gym and people, but far enough to where I don't have to worry about everything.
I'm kind of a person too. Like I kind of like to keep to myself. Like I'm social because I'm a teacher, so like I will talk to everybody. But like it's kind of a thing to where just like when I want to be in my zone, like I just want to be to myself, my own area.
Yeah. And I like to keep quality over quantity. So like I keep my circle small and the most important people. I mean, like that's what you should do just to like have quality of life, But yeah, so high school, wanted to play college ball. So I ended up playing at college, the college level at Cornerstone University in Grand Rapids.
Yeah, I think
so
they were. I think Cornerstone was in our conference. I went to Concordia.
Oh yeah, we played Concordia.
So was
So
that
it's like
the
NAIA
WAC
D2.
conference?
Yeah.
I don't know why they would come up with a name called WAC for a conference name. I think that is so stupid. But
yeah. So I played short, third, and catch there, and it was awesome. Like I worked for it. I loved it. I had a ton of fun, and like the weightlifting, I was the only one that trained. Really, I mean, there was
you guys
a few
didn't
other
have
girls.
team lifts?
We did, but
Or was
nobody
it not like a big
super
college to be
serious.
serious with it or anything?
Yeah. I mean, like baseball guys always lifting. It was like baseball guys, me and a few other girls. That would like. I mean, I was doing lifting. A lot of girls would do running and stuff. Like I ran marathons in college too. I did like kind of everything.
Whoa, that's opposite of what you're doing.
I know it's opposite of what I'm doing now, but like
that like makes you skinny.
yeah, I was still lifting though at the same time, so it kind of I
that
just
probably
lost
would
weight.
defeat the purpose though.
Yeah.
Lifting
Yeah, but it was
Unless you're doing CrossFit.
it was for a fundraiser thing, so yeah, it was really fun though. I enjoyed it. I did it like 2 summers in a row, so I did a half and then I did a full, and I did like 2 halves, but it just kept me busy too.
I don't do anything past the 400 meter.
Yeah, not anymore. I hate running now.
I
Like,
did
why
track
did
and I was
do
a
that?
sprinter. Anything after 400, I'm like, no, it's too long.
Yeah, but all the lifting and stuff, like it really helped during college ball because we would do like sprints and we would do like your bat speed and your throw speed, and they'd be like, who has the highest one? They're like, Moriah, because she lifts. Like it really does help with that kind of stuff.
Oh, for sure, like shoulder
there's-
especially.
Yeah, like there's if you want to have a strong arm, you just lift. Like you just gotta put in the work for that stuff. So during that time, I think through college I got really serious. I was like, okay, once I graduate, first thing I'm doing is I'm competing. Like I have to do that because
See, that's good. There's not many people that already know like year by year, like what their goals are and what they already want to do, like the timeline of their life basically. That's good.
yeah, because I've been wanting to do it forever since I followed somebody when I was 15 and I'm like 21.
Oh, so you
22.
continue to follow that same person like all the way up to now?
Yeah. I don't think I follow her anymore, but I just started out, and then Melissa Bumstead was like.
I've heard that last name before.
Chris Bumstead, he got first in the Olympia.
Maybe that's where I heard the last
it's his
name.
sister.
Okay.
She competed 2 years ago, I think in 2018, and I think she got either first or second in the Olympia. But yeah, she's super awesome. Like there's other girls that I follow now that I would probably want to have their shape more, but they're just
I feel like
inspiring. I
every
was like,
girl,
that's-
honestly, it's not even just girls. I feel like everybody's like that. Like, oh, I wish I could look like that, or why can't I have that person's biceps? Why can't I have that person's
Right.
shoulder?
Oh
Why
yeah,
can't
the
I have that
grass is
person's
always
butt?
greener,
Like, all
but
that.
you don't. I feel like you underestimate like yourself because I was at the gym the other day and I'm finally like I love my coach. I did a competition in fall of 2019. It was a bad experience, but it was a learning experience, so I'm thankful for
Because
it.
Dante worked there. I don't know if you knew
Yeah.
Dante at that time. But
I didn't.
So,
I'd
because I
actually
heard they're
known
awesome
him.
people, but as coach, it could be
Yeah.
obviously total separate
If I
thing.
come there and looking for the best person, I'm just out here doing the
Okay.
sets.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, so I learned a lot. I've known Dante. I think we followed each other like.
He said
when
he's
I
known
was-
you since like, I don't know, high school or grade school, whatever.
Yeah, I think it was high school we followed each other, and then just kind of
Dante has
talked and
everybody
stuff.
followed, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's automation thing or if he just goes follow.
Yeah, but we've like gone back and forth just
That's how
talking
you know
over
people, though,
Instagram
I
and
guess.
stuff. Yeah, and then I think it was 2 years ago, maybe last year, we worked out at some point in time together and just
Was
kind
that
of
when
keep
he
each
was
other up.
at
Raise the
LA or Raise the Bar?
He was at Raise the Bar,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
he's kind of been everywhere. He's worked at 3D. He used to work out at Planet, which is where he met Shelby. I don't know if he worked there, but he worked out there.
yeah.
And he's worked at 3D Fit, LA Fitness, and Allen Park, and now he's at Raise the Bar. Now he's not personal trainer anymore.
Yeah, so I worked out with him a few times and we just talk, and then like I'm friends with Shelby, like we talk, so you just get to know each other. I guess I just had that little group.
Basically, if you know Dante, you know Shelby. That's
Yeah,
how
oh
it
yeah, yeah, it's a package deal, but they're awesome. So, yeah, I competed in the fall of 2019. I did a ANBF show, which
So that was with 3D Fit then,
That was
right?
with 3D
yeah.
Fit,
Was it the same
and-
one that he competed in or a different time?
No, I don't think Dante competed.
Yeah, he did.
Did he? Oh, well, it wasn't that one.
2017, if I was
Okay.
to guess.
Yeah, mine was 19, but no, I didn't compete with him.
Okay.
So I got like, there was 3-figure girls. I came second, but they only had one class. Like this
For
lady.
some reason, that show doesn't seem like there was always a lot of people that competed in it.
It wasn't
But
a
you could
lot.
get your pro card through it, couldn't you?
You could.
Yeah.
Yep. I know a guy who got his pro card there that time. But the lady that I lost, she was I think she was like 6'4". I was like, there's no way I can compete with this.
No, definitely not.
Like they're just.
It's a genetic thing
Yeah,
at
I was
that
like,
point.
okay, good
And
job.
with genetics,
buddy.
you either have it or you don't, and you have to work with what you got if you're gonna stay natural.
Yeah, but yeah, so I did that one, and then 2 weeks later I did the NPC Western out in Grand Rapids.
I really thought about doing an NPC one time, but because of my unsymmetries right now,
yeah,
it
it's
wasn't
all
gonna
about
work.
symmetry and stuff, and I came 6 out of 12, which, I mean, like middle of the pack, that's fine. I was all naturals my first one. Looking back now, I'm like, dang, I should not have like, done that. But now I'm like, I'm glad I was there because the girl who won it, I contacted her coach, and now she's my coach, and I'm like much better off. I'm so thankful.
You saw the potential of who that when you saw how good she looked, and you're like, I want to see who coaches you. Hopefully they can help me.
Okay. Yeah, and so I've been with her since July, this past July.
Okay.
So we've been working for a while.
Oh, so you started during all the quarantine stuff, huh? Or right when gyms first opened back, or what was that? Because I think they opened back in July. Yeah.
Yep, pretty much. So that's been like super awesome. We've like leaps and bounds compared to where I was and stuff, and like better relationship with food and like the gym and what I like.
Hopefully yourself in general.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm like a completely different
yourself
person.
and food are top 2 things.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
because if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, it takes away your appetite. You can't eat. Been there.
Yeah. So like, take care of those, and everything else just kind of like falls in place for me. At least everybody has their one thing. Like if this is off, then I can't be me. Then that's my thing. Like if my food and my working out is off, then I'm not me, or like where I want to be. So yeah, I've loved working with her. And then
who is it?
Her name is Tyler Davis.
Her name is Tyler Davis?
Yeah,
and she's from around here, or you just keep in contact through like...
I keep in contact. Like, we'll FaceTime
so they don't live around here?
No, she's from Grand Rapids.
Gotcha, okay. So I think Dante did the same thing when it came to his powerlifting then. He had a coach that didn't live around this area, but what they do, like you said, they do the FaceTime, they do email communication, instant messaging, all that stuff. So that's cool if that works.
Yeah, and all my friends from college live out in Grand Rapids pretty much, so I'll go visit them and I'll say, hey, I'm in town, can we work together? So we'll like do posing or do a workout or something. Okay. So I'll probably meet with her 2 more times before.
Dude, when I did my only physique show, posing is everything, and it can be so hard to get that specific muscle flexed in like your certain positions, because if you don't, there's so many things you got to flex at once, and if there's one of them that's off, it can ruin the whole thing. And that's what the judges look at.
It's all like symmetry.
Because like you can have the look, but if you're not posing it the right way, you're gonna get somebody that's going to beat you.
Yeah, it's very interesting how it all works. I love it, and like when you're up there, I mean, you are competing against the other people, but at the end of the day, it's like you versus you.
If you're satisfied with your personal performance, I feel like that's what matters the most.
Yeah.
Because you can, obviously, you're going to be jealous of the winner, whoever you are. Or you could just think about it as if I performed better than what I thought I was going to, or to my expectations, then you should be proud of yourself no matter what, whether you win or not. Because in the end, I feel like you're already winning in your own head because you did what you wanted to do.
Yeah, it's not even the show that's like what matters. I mean, that's like the thing to look forward to, but you have
one
to
of the
every single
rewards,
day show up for yourself. Every single day. Like I think that's people get so focused on that, and they forget to do the things that make
they're so focused
possible.
on beating one specific person that they have their mind on like, oh, I'm competing with that person because I think they're going to be one of the top dogs, and they're going to forget about what they already had as they wanted to do.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, you have to do everything that you possibly can, and then leave it up to whatever. Because everybody's in a different chapter too. Like last year was my first competition. The girl that won, it was her 3rd or 4th. So like, there's no way I can compete, but I know that
can kind of give you a little bit of peace of mind too.
I'm like, all right, she's been doing this for a while. That's fine. I haven't. I will be. I'll be that one day, and then somebody else will be in my position, and it'll just keep going.
But you're always going to remember that one person.
Oh yeah. I'm like, I totally fangirl over her. I'm like, you are awesome, like an inspiration, and like she'll message me like, she's like, oh look, you look lean, and I'm like,
like you got first and you're telling me.
And I'm like, I love you so much, by the way. But I mean, it's nice to. Everybody's very encouraging. Because you are competing against each other, but you know.
Let yourself surrounded by any negativity, it's going to bring you down too, and you got to stay away from that.
Yeah, and there's no point in that. Like, it's not your story. That's their story. You don't know what they're doing. They don't know what you're doing, and you have to do what you can do. So, it's a very fun experience. I like it. I feel like it makes me a better person. And I'm very competitive anyway.
I just love, the fitness field in general. because I went to school for physical education. That's what I majored in.
Okay, yeah.
I minored in biology. And so I was the personal trainer here.
Oh.
Before I went back to college.
Okay.
I was the person back at the other location too.
Okay.
I was working here from 2016 to 18, I believe. And I had a bunch of clients that I would come here, but when I went back to school, I didn't really have time for it anymore. So that's when I left for a while, and I probably came back a year later. I came back in like 2020 as like a member and stuff, but there's a lot of people I don't know here anymore.
Yeah.
I think Gary and John are the people I know. Gary and John, the only people that know, because Jeremy did my certification for CPR, first aid, and that stuff.
Okay, cool.
Because he's a firefighter and he's able to get me certified because I needed that for school in order to be an educator. But yeah, anyways, the whole point of this series, for the It Factor series, we kind of made our slogan into dream it, trust it, live it, but probably everybody's asking, like, what does it mean? Like, what are you dreaming? So it's kind of like what is your dream? Like, what are you dreaming to have your goal in the end? What process are you trusting to get to that end goal? And then in the end, you want to live that goal. You want to live that dream. So that's what the whole thing stands for. So we're having the guests on here that we think would be a good fit to bring their story and have the public be able to see that. So there's some people that probably are going to be watching this that know you, some that aren't, but we want to give you that publicity, so to help inspire those people that are watching the video. So that's this whole thing's about. But I think you said you have a back and by workout for me.
Yeah.
To take me through.
Yeah.
Because how my workout schedule went out this week, it was on Wednesday, I think is when I texted you.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I have 2 days left. I have back on Thursday or chest on Friday. So I just asked you, I was like, I'll flip around a day, it doesn't matter. And I was like, I'd rather do back because my chest day would kind of look bad because of my shoulder. So I was like, I hope she picks back. And you sent me, and I'm like, she probably doesn't even like to do chest that much, so hopefully she picks back. And she's like, how about back? And then in parentheses biceps, and I was like, yes. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good. We'll do that.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. And then you sent me a workout, so I'm gonna let you take me through it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my pre-workout then, and we'll get it started. Do you want to do some cardio and stuff? I think you said, or do you already do all what you want to do right now?
I did my little warm-up thing. I normally only warm up.
So I just have like a quick stretching routine, just 5 minutes on the Stairmaster, just to kind of get me a sweat going, or just to make me feel warm in general.
I'll just walk again while you're doing that.
If I work out either room temperature or cold, it just doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I'll just walk while you're doing that.
Okay.
I'm warmed up again.
All right. Yep. Let's go.
Motivation I got is on a whole different level. I treat these lines like court dates. I don't wanna settle. My lyrics are bullets, and they're aiming at you. And I ain't talking switchfoot when I dare you to move. Take your best shot. Take your best shot. Take your best shot. I ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. I'm motivated. 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 Yeah, when it comes to punches, you know I'm a landmine. No, I said I'm a landmine. Don't step on me, or you'll get blown sky high. And I don't mean secrets when I say to keep it in mind that I'm ill with the words, too sick. They say I rap hungry, well that's cause I'm starving. Diesel, that's why they calling me Red Dick. Your list, cause the look in my eyes is different. Y'all ain't ready to run it. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Let's go. Take your best shot. Take your best shot. Take your best shot. I ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. I'm motivated. 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 I'm motivated. 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 Take your best shot. Motivated. Motivated. Take your best shot. Motivated. Motivated. Take your best shot. Motivated. Motivated. I ain't going nowhere. Motivated. Motivated.
You said, what do we want to do? Does each of us have like a separate it, like me, Marcus, and Dante? But like the mission statement of the brand, like I was just saying, is we want to be like different. Like in our downriver area right now, we want to expand outside that obviously, but we want to be different, like from other big name fitness brands like Gymshark, Alpha Elite, Navigation, Vanquish, like ones like that.
Yeah,
because Gymshark and Vanquish are international, so there's not many like big fitness brands like this in the United States. So obviously our end goal is to be known nationwide, but right now we're focusing just in the Downriver area until we can start expanding more. So we want to be known in the Downriver area, like being different than other fitness brands, but not to the point, because like in an area around here, it's kind of hard to get popular to where people aren't just thinking that you just want attention.
Yes.
Like, especially like, I feel like more for girls too though. Like a lot, girls are seem like more judgmental than guys.
Oh yeah.
And I'm telling you this because you are a girl and you know.
Yeah.
So like, that's good because I can see that you don't care because you respect yourself, but not in a point to where you're like, oh, you know, I don't care about, you know, what others think about me, screw that. You don't have that attitude. It's more like, I'm doing this for myself, but not to a point to where I'm just like, I don't care what others think about me, like no bitter attitude.
Right, yeah.
It's more like, I'm doing this for myself, but I want others people to respect who I am too, and what I stand for and what I do, but to where they feel like they can still talk to me, and I'm gonna be, you know, I wanna be known as the nice person, I wanna be, respected. I want people to, you know, like feel like they can approach me and talk to me. Yeah. Even though we don't always want that while we're working out.
Right.
But just to a point to where they feel like they're not intimidated to approach us or talk to us because they don't. We don't want them to think that we're like conceited or stuck up, things like that. Like, we want to put ourselves out there on social media to where people like our content. They want to watch, you know, what we're doing. They want us to like our stuff, follow our stuff, and everything like that. To where they want to be involved with us. That we want them to buy our stuff. We want them to watch our content. We want them to like our stuff, but not because we want attention, but because we want them to respect us and what we stand for. And we want to reach out to them to where hopefully we can motivate them, we can inspire them to be a part of us. Not necessarily like in our brand. I mean, we have our own. We have like our own business and stuff like that, but we wanted them to be part of our fitness academy, which we're coming out with on our website, which Dante is our trainer for our fitness academy.
Right, yeah.
Different workout programs. I don't know if you mentioned that.
He said he was working on, you guys were testing them out and doing all the...
To where we have workout programs for people who want that, but like for people like you, so you already have a coach, you already have workout programs, but to where you can just be involved in it, like you can communicate with us back and forth, like we have instant messaging, and in the future, if you're ever not on prep and you want a fitness program, Dante can hook you up with that. And every day we communicate back and forth. We have a program to where you can send us messages. We can ask on your progress, or if you just like are excited or happy about your workout, send us a message like, man, that workout was awesome. I have a great pump. Like I could really feel, you know, it's getting me results. We'll respond to you like, we appreciate that. We're glad you're doing. We're honored that you're picked to do our program and things like that. And then our clothes, obviously everybody knows about coming out with clothes because we want to promote our clothes out there. We want people to see our logo. We want people to see our slogan. We want to see, and most importantly, we want people to see the quality of our stuff. So like I was telling you earlier, we haven't come out with a video since 2019. So the past couple of years, we've been investing a lot of money into the quality of our products. So we got the new camera that we're filming in right now. We have the new podcast equipment, which Dante already reached out to be on our podcast, hopefully in the near future. And we have that all set up. So that was a lot of money too, and especially our clothes. We're about to come out. We didn't get our inventory in yet, but we're about to come out with our launch hopefully within the next month or two. Once we actually feel confident enough that we have everything set up exactly how we want it, because we don't want to rush things. So as soon as we get everything set up exactly how we want it, we feel confident with all the quality of our stuff. We took good pictures of our products. We have our website exactly how I want it laid out, and our YouTube videos, the quality of our YouTube videos. I mean, they're still going to get better.
Oh yeah.
Each video. But if we're satisfied with how our edits are, how the quality of the picture came out in our videos and posts is, like that's what we're really focused on right now.
Yeah, I feel like I appreciate that about you guys. Like you're not halfway doing anything. Like you're actually taking the time. Where some people just throw it out there, like, oh, I want to do it. Like I gotta do it now. I want it. You know, it's just like halfway done. And you're like, okay, I can't buy into that, but like I can buy into this because I know that you're putting time into it. Like I can appreciate that because I know what it takes. But then when I see stuff that's like halfway, I'm like, oh, I don't really know. Like I can't be a part of that. I can't be a part of that. Absolutely not.
Now, that's from what we were learning from our mistakes. Because years ago, we had quality out there, but it wasn't like the best of quality. So I feel like that's what kind of got us to not get as many views, maybe, or as many purchases, because they see our stuff, but like maybe the quality of the pictures that we took for our products aren't as good to where people may think, oh, this isn't professional enough quality of material or good quality enough shirts. Like we support the people, but we don't care enough about their products to continuously buy them because of the quality of the product. Like we like Brandon, we like Marcus, we like Dante, we support them. That's why we talked about when we came out with this launch yeah, of course, we respect and appreciate all the people that supported to buy our stuff. But like, we want to more focus on like outside of our friends and family, because we want everybody that may not know us to think that our stuff is quality enough to buy.
Right.
Because people that already know us, they know what our quality of our products are. Like, we appreciate them purchasing our stuff. But we don't want to say like pity purchases.
Right. Out of
but we
obligation
want
or
we want continuous customers to buy our stuff to where they know that like we can match up with these high quality brands because of the quality of their products and the material of it. Or just we want those people to continuously watch our YouTube channels, because it's not just going to be them giving us views or likes or subscribes just because they want to support us. We want people who actually like our stuff to
like
continuously
look forward
watch it and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
but now that we're focused on, because the name of the series is the It Factor series, so now specifically, now that we're towards the end of the video, I want to ask you, since you know the background of what it means, like what has been your It Factor to this point?
Yeah.
So now you know the purpose behind the word it. Like,
Yeah.
what is your It Factor?
My It Factor.
Like what is it that you what is the process that you're trusting to live out, what your goal is, or what your dreams, and what are you eventually wanting to live in the future?
Yeah, I feel like it has changed over the years because I started so early.
Yep.
So, and I would say that I'm way more proud of my it now than before. Like when I was in high school, I mean, this is probably like a girl thing, but like body image is a huge thing.
Yep,
Like I
definitely.
cannot tell you how much like I hated myself because of what was out there.
Everybody, I
and
feel like,
stuff.
goes through that at some
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
So like that's what it started out with. So, and it was like softball, and then also I don't like me. So like how can I change me? So like when I set my mind to something, I do it and I go all out on it. So like it was all out for softball and then all out to look a certain way. And then I think like my senior year of high school, I like got really skinny and like everybody liked me, and I was like, oh, so this is what it's like to be a skinny girl, you know? I'm like, this is pretty cool, but like I still didn't like myself. So I'm like, that's not even what it's about. And then college hit, and then like focusing on softball and being strong. So none of it really mattered anymore. Like
your goals, I'm sure, change over time. Like Marcus actually brought this up in our first podcast that we shot last week. He said it could even be to where people don't know they're it yet. It could be during the trust it phase where people are finding out what their it factor is. So everybody, you know, dreams things. Everybody has goals that they want to reach, but they might not know exactly what their it is until they're trusting the process of figuring out what their it is to where they know what they want to live eventually. So maybe that's what you're going through.
Yeah, so for so long it was like both of them was like for softball, and I didn't like myself, and then now I don't have softball anymore. So like it changed to bodybuilding. Like I want to go far in this. I want to become a pro and like show that my hard work will pay off, because I think that's so important and something that now I have a good relationship with like my body image. Like I can appreciate myself for being strong rather than just being strong and disliking myself. I like myself because I'm strong and I work hard. Like it's not even physical anymore. I can appreciate who I am as a person, which I think I never did. But now I'm like, I know my worth.
Respected yourself
and it's not,
for your work ethic.
Yeah, like there's things that matter outside of what I look like, but what I look like is just a byproduct of the things that are important to me now. So like it's bodybuilding right now. My it factor is like working as hard as I can and beating my old self, because I used to look a certain way and now I don't, but like I didn't change, you know, like I'm still me. Like I'm still funny and smart and, you know, work hard just like I used to. I just look differently. So I feel like, I don't know, staying true to myself and doing it to be better than me and not better than anybody else is like the most important thing, because it's just, a life is too short to like hate yourself because somebody else is better than you. Like there's always going to be somebody better. There's so many it's, but
we all want to strive to be the best at what we're doing, but there's always going to be somebody out there that you're chasing to just try to be better than them. Like you're not obsessing over being better than one specific person, but you just always want to be the best at what you at. So you pick someone out of that crowd that you know that is better than you, whether you want to have an ego or not. You know there's one person out there, so you want to maybe focus on what can I do to get to that person's level or even be better than that person. So
so just taking the proper steps, like okay, if this is something that I want, then how do I get there? Okay, I have to acquire a good coach. I have to show up for myself every single day. I have to do the things that they tell me to do because only I have control of that. And that's a big thing too. Like this is one thing that I have complete control over. I have control of like what I put in my body. I have control of how I spend my time, who I spend my time with, and like what I'm gonna involve myself in. Is it good for me? Is it gonna get me where I wanna go? If not, then it's out the door. Like,
or even your body image, you have to take control of your body image
like
by your work ethic.
Yeah, like I'll look at myself, if I'm having a bad day, I'm like, you know what? Not today. I don't deserve that.
Yeah.
Like I deserve better. It's fine. I'm like, like people don't like me because I look a certain way, and if they do, that's shallow. But people who like me for
smile
me,
at them and hope they have a good day.
But if they like me for me, without no matter what I look like, then those are the people that matter. So like at the end of the day, it's not like to post a booty pic on Instagram and you know get a million likes. I don't care. Like I don't have to stoop to that level. Not that that's a level. Like I don't think. I think it's important to know that you're not above anybody.
Definitely.
But that there are people that are better than you, but not. You shouldn't have like a sense of jealousy, but maybe an appreciation for who they are, and like. Because it's really easy to be jealous of people that are better than me. Like I look at girls that have been competing, you know, for longer than me, and like, dang, I could be jealous, but instead I'm going to appreciate the work that they did and put in the same amount or more for what I can do.
They don't think they're better than anybody else.
Yeah.
They definitely work hard to get what they look like. Yeah.
And I think that's like an insecurity thing because people who aren't at that level yet can put that personality onto somebody that doesn't even have that kind of like ego at all. Like say maybe there's somebody that looks at me and is like, oh my gosh, she's so mean and full of herself, blah blah blah. Like, no, I'm not. But you don't give me the chance to
or
tell
they don't
you.
know you, so they're going to judge you before they even figure out what type of personality you
based
have.
off their own insecurities, and it's way easy to do.
And it's not even like you're putting them down. It's just because you know what's behind that attitude that they have.
Yeah. So I mean, there's plenty of it factors, but I guess like my goal is to become a professional bodybuilder, so that
Get your pro card.
even like get my pro card, and maybe like I don't know, one day it'd be super cool to get a sponsor, so that I can sustain my bodybuilding career. Like I have a job, I have degree. Like I think it's one of the things that I get frustrated with is that people think fitness is like the only thing I'm about. Like this is such a small part of my life. Like it's very important and I'm consistent with it, but there's other very important parts of my life that I'm still consistent with. Yeah, so it's hard for me like with relationships sometimes, besides the people that I keep close, where like, okay, what are your macros? What's the split? Can I get a workout? Can you work out with me? Like, no, I really don't want to.
Finding somebody that relates to you, I feel like, is what that comes down to.
It's hard because that's all people want to talk about, which I don't mind talking about it like here, obviously, because we're talking about working out. But like, to take the time to get to know me beyond that, like, I go to church. Like, I have a ton of degrees. I have a big girl job. Like, I have a house.
Same thing.
Yeah, like, I have other things. Like, it's not a personality trait. It's just something that I'm dedicated to. So I feel like it's easy to get people suck like out of you, you know, sometimes. So I get tired. But I mean, to be a person that people want to like talk to and like learn from, it's like an honor. So like if I'm helping somebody, yes, but you have to set boundaries too with yourself, I guess. That's what I've learned. Like you have to say no to things. Like you have to teach them to fish and let them go. So I have a hard time with that. Like I hang on to people. I'm like, oh, I need to guide them through every little thing and like do every little thing for them. But
yeah, and then you at some point you feel like you're trying to help them more than they're trying to help themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I've like.
But then that brings you down as well.
Yeah. So
that's where you got to draw the line.
Hey, how are you? Yeah. I think I'm better because of like all of it. I feel like if this is okay in my life, then everything else falls into place. So a lot of it is like mental sanity too. Like if I've been going to the gym since I was like 15, so if I don't have this part of my life in it, then I like don't know what to do. Whereas like some people might be playing like video games, or like they go on walks, or you know they sew or something. Like this is just my sewing, you know, if that's what it is for some people, or reading or something else. So
whatever you want to make a hobby out of to consume your time.
Yeah. Because I'd be at the gym whether or not I'm bodybuilding. Like I'd be here anyway. So it's just a means to like satisfy my competitive side. Because I'll be very competitive. Like I don't like being competitive against other people because I can get.
I have that
like
side.
Really. I'm not like mean, but in my mind, I'm like, I gotta beat them. But if it's against me, then it's only making me better.
I was gonna say, it just helps you it just helps make you better. Just because that's internal.
Yeah. But like when people are like, hey, I like compete doing this, I'm like, you're gonna see a side of me I don't want to show. Like I loved being on a softball team because like you can be competitive, but like I can't be competitive at work. Like that's dumb.
But if you're not competitive within your own team, that's not going to make your team better.
Right. Yeah. So like that, it's allowed when you're on a team, when you're playing against other teams and within it and stuff. But like out in the real world, like adult world, like you can only be so competitive with like your Excel spreadsheets. Like that's you know, like I need an outlet. So that's my outlet. But yeah. So I don't know. I think just like being better and putting in the work, like you said, being different. I want to be different. I want to be the one that shows up.
Yeah.
Because like
being different in a respectable way is what I always see it as.
Yeah, in a respectable, like that is so important to me. Like if you respect yourself, other people are going to respect you, and no matter what anybody says, if it's bad, nobody will believe them because like, no, I'm a good, it's still good to be good. That's just so important to me. Like if you're good, you can't, nobody can say anything bad about you because like, it's just so much better. I just want to be like the hardworking person that shows up. That's at the end of the day, like that's what's going to get people somewhere. And consistency, like I think people overcomplicate.
Keyword.
People overcomplicate things so much. They're like, okay, I'm going to diet for 12 weeks and see what happens, and then bye, Romeo. I'll message you on Instagram for like the pictures and stuff. Awesome, thank you. But like consistency is so important to me because people are like, oh, will you give me a meal plan? I want to do this thing for a few weeks. Like I got a thing in 8 weeks. Help me out. Like no, like all you have to do is go to the gym a few times a week, every week, for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And you'll get there.
As soon as you drop off, everything just starts falling out of place. Right?
Yeah, like you don't have to.
All success revolves around that word.
Yeah, consistency. Just show up every single day. Whether it's not just gym stuff. It's like it's like saving your money or showing up for your family. Like you want a good relationship with your family, spend time with them. Or like if you want a nice set of biceps, go to the gym every day. If you want like a good relationship with God, read your Bible every day. If you, I don't know, if you want to be smart, if you want to learn calculus, do your homework. Like, it's just, but everybody wants shortcuts or like detoxes or like, 5 steps to somebody falling in love with you or like, the Bible verse of the day, which is they're all good things, but like, it's not a cover-all and you just have to, I don't know. It's so hard to like tell people that like all you have to do. It's simple, but it's not easy. That's the thing. It's so simple, but it's not easy. So I don't know. I want to be different. I want to be the person that does the simple things consistently. And I don't know. I just read this thing the other day. It was some Mark Manson thing, but like a half hour every single day for the rest of your life will compound millions of times. So like, I don't know, a professional athlete, the only reason that they're professionals is because they didn't give up and they were consistent every single day, like even if it's just a little bit.
Either the small amount that had just the blessed God-given talent to just be able to do things better than everybody else or whatever specific thing that they do, or they're just naturally better than everybody else. But at some point, the people who haven't been as good as you, that have been working harder than you, and you've been confident, I just naturally have this gift that I'm better than all these other people at it, they're going to pass you up eventually because they've been working harder than you, even though they're not as good as you.
Yeah.
And then when that happens, you're going to think, oh man, how did all of a sudden they be able to do that?
Yeah.
Because they've been putting in the work while you've been staying where you are.
Yeah, it's so important. It's just amazing, and like I've seen it in my life when I do show up for myself and things that matter. Like I mean, you have to prioritize. You can't do everything. Nobody can do everything. But if you pick the few things that you do, it's not luck. Like people are like, oh Moriah, you're so lucky. You have a house. Like no, I saved my money forever. Like I didn't go to Starbucks every single day. I didn't buy anything. Like I lived on like nothing. That's how I bought my house. Like oh, there's privilege. No, it's hard work. Like oh. How'd you get those biceps? I've been lifting since I was 15. Where do you think they came from? Like,
it's not just natural genetics.
Yeah, like did I party in high school? I didn't party in high school. I didn't do any of that in college. But like, oh, how'd you get your batting average? I practiced for hours every single day in the batting cage at like midnight because that was the only time I had, but I did it. Like you just do it. If you want it, you do it. But at the end of the day, like if they wanted to, they would. That's like my thing because like this is the thing that I want, so I'm going to do it, and that's it. If you're, like slowing me down, then I guess you know, like look out for the weight.
You have to leave them behind if they don't just accept your life for what it is at that time.
Yeah, and it's not personal. And like, there's people that have stuck around and they appreciate and they understand like what I choose to do, and I appreciate what they choose to do. And it's never like oh, you're so lucky, Moriah. It's like, I see you working hard. I support you, and I do that for my friends too. I see you working hard in this area of your life. I support you. It doesn't have to be the same thing. Like, none of my friends do this stuff. None of them. And I don't do anything that they do, but we all support each other, which is super awesome. So I feel like that's the most important thing. I have a hard time having friends that do the same thing as me, because I like originality. Like, if somebody's doing something just because I'm doing it, I can't be around them because I'm like, this is my thing. Not that it's my thing, because obviously there's other bodybuilders out there that are like, no, this is my thing. But I'm not going to go up to Melissa Bumstead and be like, oh, bodybuilding is life. She won the Olympia. Like, I'm not going to go talk to Jenny Finch and say softball is life because she's the best pitcher that ever existed. Like, you just don't do that. So, like, I feel like I know my place, but I'm never better than anybody else, but I can appreciate the people that are better than me.
Yep, exactly.
And like,
that's the best attitude I feel like to have.
And like, one day I'll become one of them. Like, the other day I texted my coach, I was at the gym and I was like, I look like one of the girls I used to want to look like. It's like, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. I've never had that happen to me. I'm like, I can do this, it's happening, it's finally happening. But it's because I showed up for the past however many years of my life doing it, and I'm like, finally it's happening. And they probably all had that moment too. Like, I'll never forget that day when it happened. It's just like, oh, okay, it's paying off, I can keep going, this is gonna be cool. So I don't know, it's just cool to see how consistency, that's my it factor. Consistency.
That's my favorite one already. That's my favorite word. Marcus knows that consistency is my favorite word. But I hope in the future that you can do our podcast and that you can bring all this stuff that we talked about here into the podcast plus more, even though we did talk about it already. So I hope you have more stuff that you can talk about in our podcast.
I could go on for hours. I get so I have like so much stuff up here, but I would say, like, at the end of the day, my it factor is consistency. That's it, because that's all it takes. Simple, not easy. Just consistency.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you being part of our first video in the It Factor series for our YouTube channel. So if hopefully we get bigger in the future, which we will, that you'll be able to say that you were on the first episode of that It Factor series, because we're trying to make this into a big thing. But thank you guys all for watching our first episode of the It Factor series. Give it a subscribe if you haven't already. Like it, so thumbs it up. And so our podcast is coming up, I think our first episode within the next week or so, from what Dante and Marcus have told me. So we want to thank Moriah for being on our first episode, and thank you guys for watching.
My name is Moriah Wilke, and this has been my It Factor.